Oh, come on, seriously? You're telling me that my coffee order is too complicated? It's literally just a vanilla latte with oat milk and no foam. Are you new here or just having a rough morning? Miss, I understand your frustration, but our espresso machine is broken and we only have drip coffee available today. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Well, I guess black coffee it is then. This day keeps getting better and better.
Excuse me, but I couldn't help overhearing. Would you mind if I pay for your coffee? Seem like you're having a tough start to your morning.
That's really sweet of you, but I can handle my own caffeine addiction. Thank you very much. Besides, you don't even know me.
But sometimes a small gesture from a stranger can turn a day around. No strings attached, I promise.
You know what? Fine. But only because I'm broke until payday, and I really need this coffee to function like a normal human being. That'll be $3.50 for the coffee.
Here, keep the change from this 20. Could you add a pastry for the lady as well?
Seriously, you don't have to do that. I mean, I appreciate it, but this is getting a bit much for someone I just met 2 minutes ago.
Consider it a random act of kindness. I'm having a good day, so why not share it?
Well, when you put it that way, I feel like a complete jerk for being so defensive. Thank you, really. I'm Misty, by the way.
Nice to meet you, Misty. And don't feel bad about being cautious. In this city, you never know who you're talking to.
Tell me about it. Half the people here are either trying to sell you something or hit on you. The other half are just plain crazy.
Which category do I fall into?
Jury's still out on that one. But so far, you seem like one of the good ones. Are you from around here?
I work nearby. What about you? Do you come to this coffee shop often?
Every morning on my way to work. It's become part of my routine, even though the service is usually terrible and the prices are ridiculous.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm a graphic designer at a small marketing firm downtown. Nothing fancy, but it pays the bills. Most of the time, anyway.
That sounds creative. Do you enjoy it?
I love the design part, but dealing with difficult clients and impossible deadlines can be a nightmare. Some days I wonder if I should have stuck with my original plan to become a teacher.
What changed your mind about teaching?
Money, mostly. Teachers don't exactly get paid enough to live in this expensive city. Plus, my family was going through some financial troubles, so I needed something that paid better right away.
Family troubles can definitely change your perspective on career choices. Are things better now?
Not really, but I've learned to manage. My younger brother is in college, and my parents are struggling to keep up with his tuition payments. I try to help out when I can.
That's really admirable of you to support your family like that. Not everyone would make that sacrifice.
It doesn't feel like a sacrifice. They're my family, you know? Besides, someone has to step up when things get tough.
Your brother is lucky to have a sister who cares that much about his future.
I just want him to have better opportunities than I did. He's studying business administration, and he's really smart. Much smarter than me, anyway.
I doubt that. It takes intelligence and compassion to make the choices you've made. Don't sell yourself short.
You're very kind, but you hardly know me. For all you know, I could be a terrible person who kicks puppies in her spare time.
Do you kick puppies?
Only on Tuesdays. And only the really annoying ones.
Well, it's Wednesday, so I think I'm safe.
See, I told you I was dangerous. You should probably run away while you still can.
I think I'll take my chances. Would you mind if I walk with you toward downtown? I'm heading that way anyway.
Sure, why not? But I should warn you, I'm not very good at small talk. I tend to ramble about random things or ask inappropriate questions.
I like inappropriate questions. They make conversations more interesting.
Okay, here's one for you. What's the weirdest thing about your job?
The weirdest thing? Probably the fact that people assume I know everything about business just because of my position. In reality, I spend half my time Googling stuff like everyone else.
What kind of business are you in?
Corporate management. It's about as exciting as it sounds, which is to say, not at all.
That's funny. I always picture corporate managers as these super serious people who wear expensive suits and have no sense of humor.
Well, I am wearing a suit, but I like to think I have at least a tiny sense of humor.
The jury's still out on that one, too. Tell me a joke, and I'll let you know.
Okay, here goes. Why don't scientists trust atoms?
I don't know why.
Because they make up everything.
Oh my god, that's terrible. Like really, really bad, but also kind of funny in a dad joke sort of way.
I'll take that as a win. What about you? Any terrible jokes in your repertoire?
I don't really tell jokes. I just make sarcastic comments and hope people think I'm funny.
Sarcasm can be just as effective, sometimes more so.
It's definitely more natural for me. I blame it on growing up with two older brothers. You learn to be quick with comebacks, or you get eaten alive.
Two older brothers and a younger one? That's a lot of siblings.
Yeah, our house was pretty chaotic growing up. Still is, actually. My parents love having a full house, even though it drives them crazy sometimes.
Do you all get along well?
For the most part, we have our moments, but we're pretty close. What about you? Any siblings?
No, I'm an only child. Sometimes I wonder what it would have been like to have brothers or sisters.
It's a mixed bag, honestly. They can be your best friends and your worst enemies, sometimes in the same conversation.
That sounds both wonderful and terrifying.
Pretty much, but I wouldn't trade them for anything, even when they're being complete idiots. Excuse me, are you Leon Crawford?
Yes, that's me. Can I help you?
Oh my goodness, I can't believe it's really you. I'm such a huge fan of your work with Crawford Industries. Could I possibly get a selfie with you? Crawford Industries? Wait, you're that Leon Crawford? The CEO guy who's always in the business magazines?
Guilty as charged. I was hoping to avoid that particular detail for a little while longer.
Are you kidding me right now? I just spent the last 20 minutes complaining about money problems to a multimillionaire.
Technically, it's billionaire, but who's counting?
Oh, this is perfect. This is absolutely perfect. I'm such an idiot. Could we maybe do that selfie now? I promise I'll be quick.
Actually, I'm in the middle of a conversation right now. Perhaps another time?
Of course. Sorry to interrupt. It was so nice to meet you, Mr. Crawford. Well, this is officially the most embarrassing moment of my entire life. I can't believe I told you teachers don't make enough money. You probably spend more on lunch than I make in a week.
Hey, you had no way of knowing. And honestly, it was refreshing to have a normal conversation without someone trying to impress me or ask for favors.
Normal conversation? I literally told you about my family's financial problems and complained about my job. That's not normal. That's oversharing with a stranger.
It was honest, which is something I don't get very often in my line of work.
I bet everyone you meet either wants something from you or is trying to get in your good graces.
Pretty much. It gets exhausting after a while. Never know if people actually like you or if they just like what you can do for them.
That sounds really lonely, actually.
It can be. That's why I enjoy talking with you so much. Treated me like a regular person, not like a walking bank account.
Well, you are a regular person. You just happen to have a lot more money than most regular people.
Money doesn't change who you are fundamentally. It just gives you more options.
Easy to say when you have it, but I get your point. You're still the same guy who bought a stranger coffee because she was having a bad morning.
Exactly. And you're still the same woman who was gracious enough to accept help from someone she just met.
I wasn't gracious. I was desperate for caffeine and too broke to refuse free coffee.
You were honest about your situation without making it anyone else's problem. That takes character.
Are you always this philosophical about random encounters with strangers?
Only when the strangers are particularly interesting.
Now you're just being charming. Is this how you close business deals? With compliments and philosophical observations?
Sometimes, but I'm not trying to close any deals with you. I'm just enjoying the conversation.
Good, because I have absolutely nothing to offer a billionaire CEO except witty banter and strong opinions about coffee shops.
Those are both valuable commodities in their own right.
You're either very kind or completely delusional. Not sure which one I prefer.
Why not both? Life's more interesting when you're a little bit of everything.
True. Although I should probably warn you that hanging around with me isn't great for your reputation. I'm pretty much a nobody in this city.
I don't care about my reputation. I care about spending time with people who make me laugh and think about things differently.
Well, when you put it that way, I suppose I can spare another few minutes for the poor, lonely billionaire.
Your generosity knows no bounds.
I'm practically a saint. You should probably build a statue of me or something.
I'll put that on my to-do list right after my board meeting this afternoon.
Board meeting? Oh, right, you actually have important work to do. I should probably let you get going.
The meeting isn't for another 2 hours. I was planning to grab some breakfast anyway. Would you like to join me?
Are you serious? You want to have breakfast with me?
Why does that surprise you?
Because you're you and I'm me. We exist in completely different worlds.
Maybe that's exactly why it's worth exploring. Different perspectives can be enlightening.
You know what? Sure. Why not? This day has already been weird enough. Might as well lean into it.
Do you know any good places around here?
There's a little diner about 2 blocks from here that makes amazing pancakes. It's nothing fancy, but the food is good and the prices won't make you weep.
Sounds perfect. Lead the way.
Just so we're clear, I'm not expecting you to pay for breakfast. I may be broke, but I'm not a charity case.
Wouldn't dream of implying that you were. But if I happen to insist on treating a new friend to breakfast, I hope you won't be too offended.
New friend? We've known each other for about 30 minutes.
Quality over quantity. I've had some friendships that lasted years and meant less to me than this conversation.
That's either really sweet or really sad. I'm going with sweet since it's less depressing.
I appreciate your optimism.
Don't get used to it. I'm usually much more cynical than this. You're bringing out my better angels or something. Good morning. Table for 2?
Yes, please. Somewhere quiet if you have it.
Right this way. I've got a nice booth in the corner for you. Thank you. This place is adorable, by the way. Very cozy. We like to think so. Can I start you off with some coffee? Please. Black coffee for me.
Same here.
I'll be right back with those and some menus. So, what's it like running a huge corporation? You actually enjoy it, or is it just something you fell into?
It's complicated. I inherited the company from my father, so in some ways it chose me rather than the other way around.
That must have been a lot of pressure. Taking over from a parent is never easy.
It was terrifying. Honestly, everyone expected me to either be exactly like my father or to completely revolutionize everything. There was no middle ground.
Which path did you choose?
A little of both, I suppose. I kept the core values that made the company successful, but I try to modernize our approach to employee relations and social responsibility.
That sounds like a smart balance. Change for the sake of change isn't always a good thing.
Exactly, but neither is refusing to evolve with the times. It's a constant balancing act.
Do you ever miss having a normal life? You know, where you can go to coffee shops without people asking for selfies.
All the time. Sometimes I wonder what it would be like to just be anonymous in a crowd.
Well, for what it's worth, I completely forgot you were famous for about 10 minutes there. You're surprisingly normal for a billionaire.
I'll take that as a compliment.
It definitely was. Most of the wealthy people I've encountered have been pretty insufferable. Here's your coffee, and here are the menus. Do you need a few minutes to decide?
Actually, my friend here recommended the pancakes. Are they as good as she claims?
Oh, they're the best in the city. We make them from scratch every morning. See? I told you. I may not be rich, but I know good food when I taste it.
I'll have the pancakes then. What about you?
Same. And maybe some bacon on the side, since I'm apparently living dangerously today. Coming right up. Should be about 10 minutes.
So, Tell me more about your design work. What kind of projects do you typically work on?
Mostly marketing materials for local businesses. Logos, brochures, website designs. Nothing too exciting, but it keeps me busy.
Do you have a favorite type of project?
I love working on branding for new businesses. There's something exciting about helping someone create their visual identity from scratch.
That does sound fulfilling. Being part of someone's entrepreneurial journey.
Yeah, even if it's just the visual side of things. I like the idea that my work might help them succeed.
Have you ever thought about starting your own design firm?
Every day. But starting a business requires capital, and capital is something I'm severely lacking at the moment.
What would you need to get started, if you don't mind me asking?
Honestly, probably about $50,000 to do it right. That would cover equipment, software licenses, marketing, and enough runway to survive the first few months without clients.
That's not an unreasonable amount for a business loan.
Maybe not for someone with good credit and collateral, but banks aren't exactly lining up to lend money to struggling graphic designers with student loan debt.
What if you had a business partner? Someone who could provide the initial investment?
Are you offering? Because that would be the most insane thing that's happened today, and the bar is already pretty high.
I might be. What would you say if I was serious?
I'd say you're crazy. You don't know anything about my work or my business sense. This could be the worst investment decision you've ever made.
Let me worry about that. What I know is that you're passionate about what you do, you understand a market, and you have the drive to succeed.
How could you possibly know any of that? We've been talking for like an hour.
Sometimes an hour is enough. I've made bigger decisions with less information.
This is insane. You can't just offer to fund someone's business because they bought you coffee.
Actually, I bought you coffee, and I'm not offering because of coffee. I'm offering because I see potential.
You see potential in a broke graphic designer who complains about her job and overshares with strangers?
I see potential in someone who supports her family, works hard despite difficult circumstances, and has clear goals for her future.
You're either the kindest person in the world, or you have some serious boundary issues.
Maybe both, but I'm also a pretty good judge of character, and my instincts are telling me this could work.
Here we are. Fresh pancakes with bacon and extra syrup on the side. Thank you so much. This looks amazing.
It really does. You weren't kidding about this place.
I may not know much about business, but I definitely know good pancakes. Try them and tell me I'm wrong.
These are incredible. How did you find this place?
I used to come here with my dad when I was a kid. He said the best restaurants are the ones that look like they might fall down but serve food that makes you want to cry happy tears.
Your father sounds like a wise man.
He is. He's also the one who taught me to always help people when you can, even if you don't have much to give yourself.
That's a beautiful philosophy.
It's probably why I'm always broke, but it's also why I can sleep at night. Money isn't everything.
Spoken like someone who's never had to choose between paying rent and eating.
Actually, I have had to make that choice. More than once. But even then, I'd rather be broke and decent than rich and selfish.
What if you could be rich and decent? They're not mutually exclusive.
I suppose not. But power and money have a way of changing people. Sometimes not for the better.
True, but they can also give you the resources to help more people and make a bigger impact.
Is that why you offered to help me? To make a bigger impact?
Partly, but mostly because I think you're exactly the kind of person who would use success responsibly.
You have way too much faith in someone you just met.
My father always told me that the best business decisions come from trusting your gut, even when logic tells you to be cautious.
And your gut is telling you to bankroll my hypothetical business?
My gut is telling me that you're someone worth betting on.
This is crazy. Like, completely and utterly insane.
The best opportunities usually are.
What if I fail? What if I take your money and completely blow it?
Then we'll figure out what went wrong and try again. Failure isn't permanent unless you let it be.
You know what the really crazy part is? I'm actually starting to think you might be serious about this.
I'm serious. Dead serious.
Why? And don't give me some line about seeing potential. I want the real reason.
The real reason is that I've spent the last 5 years surrounded by people who tell me what they think I want to hear. You've been completely honest with me from the moment we met, even when it wasn't flattering. That's rare.
So you want to give me money because I'm tactless and inappropriate?
I want to give you money because you're genuine. In my world, that's more valuable than all the business degrees and networking connections combined.
I don't know what to say to that.
Say you'll think about it. That's all I'm asking.
Okay, I'll think about it, but I'm not making any promises.
Fair enough. Can I ask you something personal?
More personal than offering to fund my business? Sure, why not?
What's the thing you want most in life? Not career-wise, but personally.
That's a big question. I guess I want to feel like I'm making a difference, even if it's just a small one. And I want my family to be proud of me.
They already should be proud of you. You're supporting your brother's education and working hard to build a career.
Yeah, but I want them to be proud of something I built myself, not just proud that I'm getting by.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. You have ambition and integrity. That combination is going to take you far.
Or it's going to land me in bankruptcy court when my idealistic business plan crashes and burns.
Optimism isn't your strong suit, is it?
I prefer to call it realism. I've had enough disappointments to know that things don't always work out the way you hope they will.
True, but sometimes they work out better than you ever imagined.
Are you always this positive, or is this just your business face?
This is just me. I've learned that cynicism is a luxury I can't afford in my position.
Interesting perspective. Most people think optimism is the luxury.
When you're responsible for thousands of jobs and billions in revenue, being pessimistic can become a self-fulfilling prophecy.
I never thought about it that way. The weight of other people's livelihoods depending on your decisions.
It's the part of the job that keeps me up at night. Every choice I make affects real people with real families.
And yet you're willing to risk your money on someone you've known for 2 hours?
It's not really a risk if I can afford to lose it. Besides, the potential upside far outweighs the potential downside.
What's the potential upside? A moderately successful design firm that maybe makes you a small return on your investment?
The potential upside is watching someone I believe in achieve their dreams. The financial return is secondary.
Now I know you're lying. Nobody gets to your level of success by treating money as secondary.
You're right. Money isn't secondary in business. But this isn't just business for me.
What is it then?
It's personal. I like you, Misty. I like your honesty, your work ethic, and your loyalty to your family. I want to see what you can accomplish when you have the resources to match your ambition.
That might be the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. Also the most terrifying.
Why terrifying?
Because now I actually have to consider whether I'm brave enough to take a chance like this.
What's the worst that could happen?
I could fail spectacularly and disappoint the one person who believed in me enough to take a risk.
And what's the best that could happen?
I could build something amazing and prove that small-town girls with big dreams can actually make it in the big city.
I like those odds.
You would. You're clearly some kind of eternal optimist disguised as a businessman.
Guilty as charged. So what do you say? Are you willing to take a leap of faith?
Can I ask you one more question first?
Of course.
What do you get out of this? And don't tell me it's just about helping people. There has to be something in it for you.
Honestly, I get the chance to be part of something exciting and new. My day job is pretty predictable at this point. This feels like an adventure.
An adventure? Most people would call it a risky investment.
Most people don't get to where I am by playing it safe all the time.
Fair point. Okay, here's my answer. Yes, I'll do it. But only if we can structure this as a proper business partnership, not charity.
Absolutely. I wouldn't have it any other way.
And I want to pay you back with interest, even if it takes years.
Deal. Should we shake on it?
Wait, that's it? We just agreed to start a business together over pancakes?
The best deals are often the simplest ones. Too much complexity usually means someone's trying to hide something.
This is either going to be the best decision I've ever made or the biggest mistake of my life.
Why can't it be both? The best decisions usually involve some level of risk.
You know what? You're right. Let's do this thing.
Excellent. Should we start with a handshake or go straight to the paperwork?
Let's start with the handshake. The paperwork can wait until I've had time to process what just happened.
Fair enough. Welcome to Crawford Design Solutions.
Crawford Design Solutions? We already have a name?
Just a suggestion. We can workshop it if you prefer something else.
Actually, I like it. It sounds professional and established.
Perfect. Now, when can you give your notice at your current job?
Whoa, slow down there, partner. I need at least a few days to wrap my head around this before I start burning bridges.
Of course. Take all the time you need. I'm just excited to get started.
I can tell. Your enthusiasm is either contagious or mildly concerning. I haven't decided which yet.
I prefer to think of it as passionate commitment to excellence.
That sounds like something you'd say in a board meeting.
Old habits die hard. I'll try to tone down the corporate speak.
Don't tone it down too much. A little bit of that authoritative confidence might come in handy when we're pitching to clients.
See? You're already thinking like a business owner.
This is so surreal. Yesterday, I was complaining about my job and worrying about money, and today I'm planning to start my own company with a billionaire.
Life has a funny way of surprising you when you least expect it.
That's definitely true. Although I have to admit, this is by far the best surprise I've ever had.
Even better than the time you found $20 in your coat pocket?
How did you know about that? That's literally my gold standard for good surprises.
Lucky guess. But I'm hoping this partnership will set a new standard.
I think it already has. This is going to sound cheesy, but thank you for believing in me when I barely believe in myself.
You don't need to thank me. Just promise me you'll work as hard as I know you can.
I promise. But fair warning, I'm probably going to be impossible to work with for the first few weeks while I figure out what I'm doing.
I'm counting on it. The best partnerships usually involve a healthy amount of creative tension.
Creative tension? Is that what we're calling my inevitable panic attacks?
I prefer to think of them as passionate commitment to excellence.
Did you just use my own words against me?
I'm a quick learner. You might want to get used to that.
Great. I've partnered with someone who's smarter than me and has more money than I can imagine. This power dynamic is totally balanced.
Intelligence and money don't matter if you don't know how to use them effectively. I have a feeling you're going to teach me a few things about that.
What could I possibly teach you? You've built an empire.
I've managed an empire. There's a difference. You're going to show me what it's like to build something from nothing.
When you put it that way, I guess we both have something to learn from each other.
Exactly. This is going to be interesting.
Interesting is definitely one word for it. Terrifying is another.
The best adventures usually are both.
Well then, here's to our terrifyingly interesting adventure.
I'll drink to that, even if it's just coffee.
Coffee seems appropriate. It's how this whole crazy thing started after all.
To new beginnings and unexpected partnerships.
And to taking chances on people you've just met in coffee shops.
May this be the first of many impulsive business decisions.
Let's hope it's also the most successful one.
With your creativity and my resources, how can we go wrong?
Famous last words of every entrepreneur who ever went bankrupt.
Your optimism really is inspirational.
I'm just keeping it real. But you know what? For once in my life, I'm actually excited about the future.
That makes two of us. I haven't felt this energized about a project in years.
Then I guess we're both exactly where we need to be.
I couldn't agree more.
So what happens now?
Do we just shake hands and pretend this conversation actually happened?
What happens now is we exchange contact information and start planning our next steps. Unless you're having second thoughts already.
Not second thoughts, exactly. More like third, fourth, and fifth thoughts. This is a lot to process.
Take all the time you need. But while you're processing, maybe you could start thinking about what kind of projects you want to take on first.
I already have a few ideas, actually. There's this local bakery that's been struggling with their branding and a nonprofit that needs a complete visual overhaul.
Those sound like perfect starting points. Small enough to manage, but meaningful enough to make an impact.
The bakery owner is this sweet elderly woman who reminds me of my grandmother. She makes the most amazing pastries, but her logo looks like it was designed in 1987.
Which it probably was. Family businesses often stick with what worked in the past, even when it's holding them back.
Exactly.
She could probably double her customer base with better marketing materials and a more modern look.
And the nonprofit?
They help homeless veterans get back on their feet. Amazing cause, terrible website, and promotional materials that look like they were printed on someone's home computer.
Both of those projects align perfectly with our goal of making a positive impact while building the business.
Our goal? Listen to you, already talking like we're a real partnership.
Aren't we? I mean, we just agreed to go into business together. That makes us partners.
I suppose it does. It's just going to take some getting used to. Yesterday, I was a solo act. Today, I have a business partner who could probably buy my entire neighborhood.
Money aside, what matters is that we share the same vision for what this business could become.
And what vision is that exactly? Because I'm realizing we never really discussed our long-term goals.
Good point. What does success look like to you 5 years from now?
Honestly, I'd love to have a small but respected firm that specializes in helping local businesses and nonprofits. Nothing huge, just something sustainable that makes a difference.
That sounds perfect. What about 10 years from now?
10 years? I don't even know what I want for lunch 10 hours from now. But I guess ideally, I'd want to be known as someone who helped revitalize the local business community through good design.
I love that. It's ambitious, but achievable, and it has a clear social impact.
What about you? What does Crawford Design Solutions success look like from your perspective?
I want to prove that business can be both profitable and socially responsible. Too many companies treat community investment as an afterthought or a tax write-off.
So this is your way of putting your money where your mouth is?
Partly, but it's also my way of working with someone who shares my values. Most of my business relationships are purely transactional.
And this isn't?
Not even close. This feels more like a friendship that happens to involve business than the other way around.
That's a nice way to put it. Although I should probably warn you that I'm not always this easy to get along with.
Define not easy to get along with.
I'm stubborn. I have strong opinions about everything, and I tend to get cranky when I'm hungry or tired.
That's it. I was expecting something much worse.
Give it time. You haven't seen me on a deadline yet. I turn into a completely different person when I'm stressed.
Good to know. What should I expect?
Think of a caffeinated tornado with perfectionist tendencies and a tendency to micromanage everything.
Sounds like most of the executives I work with on a daily basis.
Great, so you're used to dealing with difficult people. That should make this partnership much easier.
I prefer to think of it as working with passionate people who care about quality.
You really do have a gift for spinning things positively. Is that a skill you learned in business school?
Actually, I learned it from my mother. She always said that how you frame a situation determines how you respond to it.
Your mother sounds like a smart woman. Is she still involved in the business?
No, she passed away a few years ago, but her influence is still there in how I approach leadership and relationships.
I'm sorry for your loss. It sounds like she raised you with good values.
She did. She always emphasized that success means nothing if you don't use it to help others.
That explains a lot about why you're willing to take a chance on me.
It's not taking a chance if I'm confident in the outcome.
How can you possibly be confident? You've known me for 3 hours.
Sometimes 3 hours is enough. I've learned to trust my instincts about people.
And your instincts are telling you that I'm a good investment?
My instincts are telling me that you're someone who will work harder than anyone else to make this succeed.
You're probably right about that. I don't know how to do anything halfway.
That's exactly what I want to hear. Half measures don't build successful businesses.
Or they build mediocre businesses that never reach their potential.
Which is not what we're aiming for.
Definitely not. If we're going to do this, we're going to do it right.
I'm glad we're on the same page. Should we start talking about specifics?
What kind of specifics?
Timeline, budget, division of responsibilities. The practical stuff.
Right, because at some point we actually have to turn this conversation into a real business plan.
The sooner the better. Dreams are great, but execution is what matters.
Okay, let's start with timeline. How quickly do you think we could get up and running?
That depends on how much notice you need to give at your current job.
2 weeks is standard, but I might be able to negotiate something shorter if I explain the situation.
What about equipment and office space? Do you have what you need to work independently?
I have a decent computer and the basic software, but I've been dreaming about upgrading to professional level equipment for years.
Consider it done. What else do you need?
A proper workspace would be amazing. I've been working from my kitchen table, which isn't exactly conducive to client meetings.
We can find office space, or if you prefer, we could set up a home office that's suitable for professional use.
A real home office? That sounds incredible. I could actually separate work life from personal life for the first time in years.
Work-life balance is important. Burnout doesn't help anyone.
Tell that to my current boss. He seems to think that working 60-hour weeks is a sign of dedication.
Working smart is more valuable than working long hours. Quality over quantity.
I like that philosophy. It's going to be nice working with someone who values efficiency over FaceTime.
Speaking of working together, how do you see us dividing responsibilities?
Well, design is obviously my area, but I'm going to need help with the business side of things.
I can handle contracts, finances, and business development, at least initially.
What about client relations? That's usually a shared responsibility in small firms.
We can figure that out as we go. Some clients might prefer to work directly with the designer. Others might want to deal with the business side first.
That makes sense. Flexibility is probably going to be key in the early stages.
Absolutely. We'll need to adapt as we learn what works and what doesn't.
I'm actually excited about that part. The trial and error process can be fun when you're building something new.
It's also the best way to learn what your clients really need versus what they think they need.
True. Some of my best work has come from clients who initially asked for something completely different.
Can you give me an example?
There was this restaurant owner who wanted a logo that looked exactly like his competitors, but in different colors. I convinced him to let me create something unique that reflected his own personality instead.
How did that turn out?
His revenue increased by 30% in the first 6 months after the rebrand. Turns out, standing out is more effective than blending in.
That's exactly the kind of thinking that could make this business successful.
I hope so. Although I should mention that not all my projects have had such dramatic results.
Success stories are great, but I'm more interested in how you handle the projects that don't go as planned.
What do you mean?
How do you deal with difficult clients, missed deadlines, or designs that just don't work?
Honestly, I probably take it more personally than I should. I tend to internalize failures and obsess over what I could have done differently.
That shows you care about quality, but it could also lead to burnout if you're not careful.
It's something I'm working on, learning to separate constructive criticism from personal attacks.
That's a skill that takes time to develop. Even experienced business people struggle with it.
Really? You seem so confident and unflappable.
Trust me, I've had my share of sleepless nights worrying about decisions and second-guessing myself.
That's actually reassuring. I was starting to think you were some kind of superhuman business machine.
Far from it. I just try to project confidence even when I'm uncertain.
Fake it till you make it?
More like act with conviction while remaining open to new information.
I like that better. It sounds more honest.
Honesty is going to be crucial for our partnership. We need to be able to tell each other when something isn't working.
Agreed. No sugarcoating or avoiding difficult conversations.
Exactly. Better to address problems early than let them fester.
I can definitely commit to that. I'm not great at keeping my opinions to myself anyway.
Good. I'd rather work with someone who's direct than someone who tells me what they think I want to hear.
You might regret saying that when I start critiquing your ideas.
I'm counting on it. The best decisions come from considering multiple perspectives.
Even when one of those perspectives comes from someone with no formal business training.
Especially then. Sometimes the most valuable insights come from people who aren't constrained by conventional thinking.
Well, I'm definitely not constrained by conventional thinking. Or any kind of thinking, really.
Self-deprecation isn't going to serve you well as a business owner. You need to own your expertise.
You're right. It's just a habit. I'm used to downplaying my abilities, so people don't expect too much.
That's exactly backwards. You want people to expect great things from you. Then you deliver something even better.
Is that the secret to your success? Setting high expectations and then exceeding them?
It's one of them. The other is surrounding yourself with people who challenge you to be better.
And you think I'm going to challenge you?
I know you are. You've already made me think about business in ways I hadn't considered before.
Such as?
Such as how personal connection can be more valuable than financial return. Most of my business relationships are built on mutual benefit, not genuine liking.
And that's a problem because
it makes everything transactional. There's no real investment in each other's success beyond the immediate deal.
Whereas this feels different.
Completely different. I want this business to succeed because I want you to succeed. The financial aspect is secondary.
That's probably the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me in a professional context.
It's also the truth. I have more money than I could spend in 10 lifetimes. What I don't have is the satisfaction of building something meaningful with someone I genuinely respect.
Now you're just trying to make me cry.
Sorry, I didn't mean to get so sentimental.
Don't apologize. It's refreshing to meet someone successful who hasn't forgotten how to be human.
Success can be isolating if you let it. I'm glad I found someone who sees past the money and status.
To be fair, it's hard to be impressed by money when you've never had any. It's just numbers on a screen to me.
That perspective is incredibly valuable. It keeps you focused on what really matters.
Which is what exactly?
Creating work that you're proud of, helping people achieve their goals, and building relationships that last.
When you put it that way, this whole venture sounds almost noble.
Why almost? What's stopping it from being completely noble?
The fact that we're hoping to make money from it. Noble causes are usually nonprofit.
There's nothing wrong with earning money while doing good work. Sustainability requires profitability.
I suppose you're right. I just have this ingrained idea that making money and helping people are somehow contradictory.
They're only contradictory if you prioritize profit over everything else. But if you view profit as a tool for creating more impact, they become complementary.
That's a much healthier way to think about it.
It's also more realistic. Businesses that don't make money don't stay in business long enough to help anyone.
Good point. Okay, I'm officially on board with the idea of profitable nobility.
Profitable nobility. I like that. It could be our unofficial company motto.
Better than some of the corporate slogans I've seen. At least it's honest about what we're trying to achieve.
Speaking of achievement, what would you consider our first major milestone?
Landing our first paying client, probably. Proof that someone other than you thinks this is a good idea.
That's a great goal. Any thoughts on how we should approach client acquisition?
Well, I already mentioned the bakery and the nonprofit. Those could be good starting points if they're interested.
What about networking? Do you have any connections in the local business community?
Not really. I've been so focused on just keeping my head above water that I haven't had time for networking.
That's something we can work on together. I know quite a few local business owners who might be interested in design services.
That would be incredible. Although I should warn you, I'm terrible at networking events. I never know what to say to people.
Networking isn't about having perfect conversations. It's about being genuine and showing interest in other people's challenges.
That actually sounds manageable. I'm good at asking questions and listening to problems.
Those are the most important networking skills. People want to feel heard and understood.
Plus, if we're focusing on local businesses and nonprofits, I can actually be passionate about helping them succeed.
Passion is contagious. People can tell when you genuinely care about their success versus when you're just trying to make a sale.
This is starting to sound less like networking and more like community building.
Exactly. The best business relationships are built on mutual support and shared goals.
I can definitely get behind that approach. It feels more authentic than traditional sales tactics.
Authenticity is our competitive advantage. Larger firms can compete on price and speed, but they can't compete on personal investment.
Because when you work with us, you're not just hiring a design firm. You're partnering with people who actually care about your success.
Now you're thinking like an entrepreneur. That's exactly the message we want to communicate.
This is actually starting to feel real. Like we might actually be able to pull this off.
Of course we can pull it off. The question is how successful we want to be.
Define successful.
Sustainable revenue, happy clients, meaningful work, and personal fulfillment. In that order.
Why revenue first?
Because without revenue, none of the other things matter. You can't help clients if you're out of business.
Fair point. I tend to put passion before practicality, which is probably why I've struggled financially.
Passion is crucial, but it needs to be balanced with business sense. That's why this partnership works.
You bring the business sense, I bring the passion?
We both bring both, but maybe you lead with passion and I lead with strategy.
That sounds like a good division of labor, as long as you promise to keep me grounded when I get too idealistic.
And you promise to keep me inspired when I get too focused on numbers.
Deal. This is actually going to work, isn't it?
I'm more convinced of it every minute we spend talking.
Me too, which is terrifying and exciting at the same time.
The best opportunities usually are both.
Can I get you folks anything else? Maybe some dessert to celebrate whatever you're planning over there?
You know what? That's not a bad idea. What do you recommend?
Our chocolate cake is pretty amazing. Big enough to share if you're into that. Chocolate cake sounds perfect. We're celebrating a new business partnership. How exciting! Congratulations to both of you. I'll bring that right out with 2 forks.
A new business partnership. I like how that sounds when you say it out loud.
It makes it feel more official somehow, like we've actually committed to something real.
We have committed to something real. This isn't just a conversation anymore.
No, it's not. We're really doing this.
Any last-minute doubts or concerns?
About 1 million of them, but none of them are strong enough to make me change my mind.
Good. Doubt keeps you sharp. Overconfidence is what gets businesses into trouble.
Then we should be fine. I don't think I've ever been overconfident about anything in my life.
That's probably going to change as the business grows. Success has a way of building confidence.
I'll try to remember that when I start thinking I know what I'm doing.
Just promise me you won't lose the humility that makes you so good at connecting with people.
I don't think that's something I could lose even if I tried. It's too deeply ingrained.
That's exactly what I want to hear.
Here's your chocolate cake. And again, congratulations on your new venture. It's always exciting to see people taking chances on their dreams. Thank you so much. And thank you for the excellent service. This place really is special. We try our best. Enjoy the cake and good luck with everything.
She's right, you know. This place really is special. I'm glad you brought me here.
It seemed like the right setting for a life-changing conversation. Fancy restaurants are too intimidating for major decisions.
Agreed. Sometimes the most important conversations happen in the most ordinary places.
Like coffee shops and diners.
Exactly. This cake is incredible, by the way.
Right? I told you this place knows what they're doing. Everything they make is amazing.
We should bring our first client here to celebrate when we land them.
Assuming we land them, let's not count our chickens before they hatch.
Cautious optimism. I like it.
It's about the only kind of optimism I can manage right now. This whole thing still feels a bit like a dream.
Good dreams are worth pursuing, even when they seem impossible.
Is that another piece of wisdom from your mother?
Actually, that one's from my father. He used to say that the only dreams worth having are the ones that scare you a little.
Well, this definitely qualifies. I'm thoroughly scared.
But you're doing it anyway. That's courage.
Or stupidity. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference.
The difference is whether you've thought it through. And we've definitely thought this through.
Have we? Because it feels like we just made a major life decision based on a few hours of conversation.
Sometimes a few hours is enough, especially when those hours reveal compatible values and complementary skills.
You really believe that?
I really do. My best business decisions have been based on gut instinct rather than extensive analysis.
That's either very wise or completely reckless.
Probably both, but that's what makes it interesting.
I can't argue with that logic. If we're going to be reckless, at least we're being reckless together.
Exactly. Shared risk, shared reward.
And hopefully shared success.
I'm counting on it.
So, what happens next? Do we just walk out of here and pretend this conversation changed our lives?
What happens next is we start making this real. I'll have my lawyers draw up partnership papers, and you start thinking about giving notice at your current job.
Partnership papers? That sounds so official and scary.
It's just paperwork. The important part is the commitment we're making to each other and to this business.
Right. The commitment. No pressure or anything.
There's always pressure when you're building something meaningful. The trick is channeling that pressure into motivation.
Easier said than done. I have a tendency to freeze up when I feel overwhelmed.
That's normal. Everyone does. The key is having support when those moments happen.
Is that what you're offering? Support?
I'm offering partnership, which includes support, but also accountability, collaboration, and shared responsibility.
Accountability. There's that word I've been avoiding my whole life.
Why do you avoid accountability?
Because if I'm accountable to someone else, then I can't make excuses when things go wrong.
And making excuses has been working well for you so far.
Ouch. That's a fair point, but it stings a little.
Sometimes the truth stings, but also motivates change.
You're right. I've been making excuses for years about why I can't start my own business. Money, timing, experience, connections. There's always been something.
And now?
Now I don't have any excuses left. You're offering money. Timing is apparently perfect. You bring experience and you have connections.
So what's left?
Just me. And whether I'm brave enough to bet on myself.
Are you?
I'm trying to be. This is probably the scariest thing I've ever considered doing.
What's the alternative? Staying where you are and wondering what might have been?
When you put it that way, the choice seems obvious.
It is obvious, at least to me.
How can you be so certain about someone you've known for 4 hours?
Because in 4 hours, you've shown me more authenticity and passion than most people show in years.
That could just be because I was caught off guard. Maybe I'm completely different in normal circumstances.
What are normal circumstances for you?
Stressed, overwhelmed, second-guessing myself constantly, and complaining about things I feel powerless to change.
And today,
Today I feel hopeful, which is definitely not normal for me.
maybe it's time for a new normal.
Maybe it is. Although I should warn you, change doesn't come easily to me.
It doesn't come easily to anyone. That's why most people avoid it.
But you don't?
I've learned that avoiding change is more painful than embracing it, at least in the long run.
How did you learn that?
Experience. I spent years trying to run my father's company exactly the way he did. It nearly destroyed both the business and my sanity.
What changed?
I realized that honoring his legacy didn't mean copying his methods. It meant carrying forward his values while adapting to new realities.
That must have been a difficult realization.
It was terrifying, but it was also liberating. Once I stopped trying to be him, I could finally be myself.
And being yourself worked better?
Much better. The company has grown more in the last 5 years than it did in the previous 10.
So you're saying that authenticity is good for business?
I'm saying that authenticity is essential for sustainable success. You can fake it for a while, but eventually people see through the facade.
That's encouraging, since authenticity is about the only thing I'm naturally good at.
Don't sell yourself short. You're good at much more than that.
Such as?
Creative problem solving, connecting with people, asking the right questions, and caring about outcomes.
Those are all soft skills. What about the hard skills needed to run a business?
Soft skills are what make businesses successful. Hard skills can be learned, but emotional intelligence is much harder to develop.
I never thought about it that way.
Most people don't. They focus on technical competence and ignore the human element.
And the human element is what makes the difference?
Always. People buy for people they like and trust. Everything else is just details.
So if I can be likable and trustworthy, the rest will follow?
You're already likable and trustworthy. Now we just need to build a business structure around those qualities.
That actually sounds manageable when you break it down like that.
Most challenges are manageable when you break them down into smaller pieces.
Is that how you approach business strategy? One piece at a time?
Exactly. Grand visions are inspiring, but daily actions are what create results.
Daily actions. Like what?
Like making one phone call, sending one email, or completing one project. Small, consistent efforts compound over time.
I can do small, consistent efforts. It's the grand vision part that intimidates me.
Then don't worry about the grand vision yet. Focus on the next step, then the step after that.
What's the next step?
You giving your notice and us setting up our workspace. Everything else can wait until those are done.
That seems doable. 2 weeks to wrap up my current job, then we dive into Crawford Design Solutions.
Crawford Design Solutions. I still like how that sounds.
It has a nice ring to it. Professional, but not pretentious.
Exactly what we're aiming for. Approachable expertise.
Is that our brand positioning?
It could be. What do you think?
I think it captures what we want to be. Skilled enough to deliver great work, but human enough to actually care about our clients.
Perfect. We should write that down somewhere.
I'll add it to my notes, along with everything else we've discussed today.
You've been taking notes?
Mental notes. I have a pretty good memory for conversations that matter.
And this conversation matters?
Are you kidding? This conversation is probably going to define the next decade of my life.
No pressure, right?
All the pressure, but good pressure. The kind that pushes you to be better than you thought you could be.
I'm glad you see it that way. Pressure can be motivating or paralyzing, depending on your perspective.
I choose motivating, at least for today. Ask me again in a week when the reality sets in.
Deal. Although I have a feeling you're going to surprise yourself with how well you handle the reality.
What makes you so confident in me?
Because you've already proven you can handle difficult circumstances with grace. Running a business will be challenging, but not more challenging than what you've already overcome.
That's a good point. If I can survive my current job and still maintain my sanity, I can probably handle being my own boss.
Exactly. Plus, you won't be your own boss. You'll be part of a partnership, which means shared responsibility and mutual support.
Right. I keep forgetting I won't be doing this alone.
Never alone. That's the whole point of partnership.
I'm not used to having support in my professional life. It's going to take some adjustment.
Good adjustment or bad adjustment?
Definitely good. I'm just used to being self-reliant.
Self-reliance is valuable, but collaboration usually produces better results.
I'm looking forward to finding that out firsthand.
Me too. I think we're going to complement each other well.
In what ways?
You bring creativity and passion. I bring structure and resources. You understand client needs. I understand business operations.
That does sound like a good balance.
It's also why I'm not worried about this partnership succeeding. We each bring strengths that cover the other's blind spots.
What are my blind spots?
From what I can tell, financial planning, long-term strategy, and maybe self-promotion.
All accurate. What about yours?
Creative vision, client empathy, and staying connected to the day-to-day reality of running a small business.
So we really do need each other.
We really do, which is what makes this partnership exciting rather than just convenient.
Exciting is definitely the word for it. Terrifying, but exciting.
The best adventures usually are both.
Is that what this is? An adventure?
What else would you call it? We're about to embark on something completely new with no guarantee of success.
When you put it that way, it sounds like something out of a movie.
Maybe it is. The story of two unlikely partners who built something meaningful against all odds.
I like that story, but let's make sure it has a happy ending.
Happy endings are earned, not guaranteed. But I like our chances.
What do we need to do to earn our happy ending?
Work hard, stay focused, support each other, and never lose sight of why we started this.
Why did we start this? I mean, I know my reasons, but what are yours?
I started this because I met someone who reminded me why I fell in love with business in the first place.
Which is?
The opportunity to create something that didn't exist before and to help people achieve their dreams in the process.
That's beautiful, and much more idealistic than I expected from a CEO.
Idealism isn't a liability if it's grounded in practical action.
Is ours grounded in practical action?
We're about to find out, but I think the answer is yes.
I hope you're right, because I'm officially all in on this crazy idea.
Officially all in. I like the sound of that.
So do I. It feels like a commitment I can actually keep.
Unlike other commitments you've made,
Let's just say I have a history of starting things with great enthusiasm and then losing steam when they get difficult.
what makes you think this will be different?
Because this time I'm not doing it alone, and because the stakes feel higher somehow.
Higher how?
Because this isn't just about me anymore. It's about us and our clients and proving that good people can build successful businesses without compromising their values.
Now you sound like a true entrepreneur.
Is that what I am now? An entrepreneur?
You were as soon as you signed those partnership papers.
Partnership papers.
Right.
When do you think those will be ready?
I can have them drafted by the end of the week if you'd like.
That fast?
When you know what you want, there's no point in waiting.
And you know what you want?
I want a partnership with you built on mutual respect, shared goals, and clear expectations.
That sounds perfect. What kind of clear expectations?
Financial contributions, time commitments, decision-making processes, and exit strategies.
Exit strategies? We haven't even started yet, and you're already planning how to end it?
Exit strategies aren't about planning to fail. They're about protecting both parties if circumstances change.
What kind of circumstances?
Personal changes, market changes, or simply discovering that we're not as compatible as we think we are.
Do you think that's likely?
No, but it's possible. And being prepared for possibilities is just good business.
You really do think of everything, don't you?
I try to. It's better to address potential problems before they become actual problems.
That's probably why you're successful, and I'm not.
You're not successful yet, but that doesn't mean you won't be.
Yet.
I like that word. It implies that success is inevitable rather than unlikely.
Success is inevitable if you're willing to work for it and learn from your mistakes.
I'm definitely willing to work. The learning from mistakes part might be more challenging.
Why is that challenging for you?
Because I tend to take mistakes personally. Like they're evidence that I'm not good enough rather than just information about what doesn't work.
That's a common but counterproductive mindset. Mistakes are just data.
Data?
Information about what doesn't work, which brings you closer to discovering what does work.
That's a much healthier way to think about failure.
It's also more accurate. Every successful person I know has a long list of failures behind them.
Including you?
Especially me. I've made more mistakes than I can count. The difference is that I learned something from each one.
What's the biggest mistake you've made?
Trying to please everyone instead of focusing on what was best for the business.
How did that work out?
Terribly. I ended up pleasing no one and nearly ran the company into the ground.
What did you learn from that?
That clear leadership sometimes requires making unpopular decisions. You can't build consensus around everything.
That's good to know. I have a tendency to avoid conflict, which probably doesn't work well in business.
Conflict avoidance can be a problem, but it's also a sign that you care about relationships.
True. I just need to learn how to have difficult conversations without damaging relationships.
That's a skill we can work on together. I've gotten better at it over the years.
Good, because I have a feeling we're going to need that skill when we start working with clients.
Definitely. Clients don't always know what they want, and sometimes what they want isn't what they need.
How do you handle that situation?
Very carefully. You have to guide them toward better solutions without making them feel stupid for their initial ideas.
That sounds like a delicate balance.
It is, but it's also one of the most important skills in client relations.
I'll definitely need to practice that. I tend to be a bit too direct sometimes.
Direct is good. Tactless is problematic. But I think you're more tactful than you give yourself credit for.
What makes you say that?
Because you've been completely honest with me today without ever being offensive or hurtful.
That's because I like you. It's easier to be tactful with people you actually want to talk to.
Then our challenge will be helping you like our clients.
That shouldn't be too hard if we're working with local businesses and nonprofits. Those are usually run by people with genuine passion for what they do.
Exactly. Passionate people are easier to connect with than purely profit-driven ones.
Is that why you want to focus on that market segment?
Partly, but also because I think that's where we can make the biggest difference.
How so?
Large corporations have access to top-tier design firms. Small businesses and nonprofits often have to settle for mediocre work because they can't afford better.
So, we're democratizing good design?
That's one way to put it. We're making quality design accessible to organizations that need it but can't usually afford it.
I love that mission. It feels meaningful in a way that designing marketing materials for Fortune 500 companies never could.
Meaningful work is more sustainable than work you do just for money.
Agreed. Although it's nice that this meaningful work might also pay well.
It will pay well if we do it right. Quality work commands premium pricing, regardless of client size.
How do we ensure we're doing quality work?
By never settling for good enough. Every project should be something we're proud to put in our portfolio.
That's a high standard.
High standards are what separate good businesses from great ones.
No pressure, right?
All the pressure, but we'll handle it together.
Together. I'm still getting used to that concept.
Take your time. Partnership is an adjustment for me too.
Really? You seem so comfortable with collaboration.
I'm comfortable with leading teams, but partnership is different. It requires more vulnerability and trust.
Vulnerability how?
Admitting when you don't know something, accepting help when you need it, and sharing control when you're used to having final say.
Those all sound terrifying for someone in your position.
They are, but they're also liberating. There's something freeing about not having to have all the answers.
I can imagine. Although I should warn you, I probably don't have many answers either.
That's fine. We'll figure out the answers together.
And if we can't figure them out?
Then we'll find people who can help us. Nobody succeeds entirely on their own.
That's reassuring. I was starting to worry that you expected me to transform into a business genius overnight.
I don't expect you to transform into anything. I just expect you to be yourself and to grow as the business grows.
That sounds much more achievable.
Good. Achievable goals are the foundation of sustainable success.
Is that another piece of business wisdom?
It's a piece of life wisdom that happens to apply to business.
What other life wisdom do you think applies to business?
Treat people with respect, keep your word, admit your mistakes, and always look for ways to add value.
Those sound like basic human decency.
They are, which is why it's surprising how many businesses fail to follow them.
Maybe that's our competitive advantage, actually being decent human beings.
I think you might be onto something there.
Crawford Design Solutions, where decent human beings create amazing work for other decent human beings.
That's not a bad tagline.
Really? I was just being silly.
The best taglines often come from being authentic rather than trying to be clever.
In that case, I'll add tagline creation to my list of unexpected skills.
What else is on that list?
Making life-changing decisions in coffee shops, apparently.
That's definitely a valuable skill in today's business environment.
Is it really? Or are we just telling ourselves that to make this whole situation seem less insane?
Probably a little of both. But insanity isn't always a bad thing in business.
What do you mean?
Every major innovation started with someone doing something that seemed insane at the time.
So we're innovators now?
We're people who are willing to try something different. Whether that makes us innovators or idiots remains to be seen.
I'm hoping for innovators.
Me too. But either way, it's going to be an interesting journey.
Interesting is definitely guaranteed. Everything else is up in the air.
Up in the air is where the best opportunities usually are.
You're very good at finding the positive in uncertain situations.
It's a skill you develop when you're responsible for other people's livelihoods. Panic doesn't help anyone.
But optimism does?
Optimism combined with action does. Optimism without action is just wishful thinking.
And we're definitely planning to take action.
Starting tomorrow, or actually, starting right now with you giving notice at your current job.
Right now? Like, immediately?
Why wait? The sooner you're free to focus on Crawford Design Solutions, the sooner we can start building something amazing.
I can't just call my boss right now and quit. There are protocols, procedures, projects to wrap up.
Of course. I didn't mean quit this second. I meant start the process of transitioning out.
That's still scary. What if this doesn't work out and I've burned bridges at my current job?
What if it does work out and you've wasted months of your life staying in a job that makes you miserable?
Good point. The risk of staying might be greater than the risk of leaving.
Exactly. Sometimes the biggest risk is not taking any risk at all.
Okay. I'll talk to my boss tomorrow about transitioning my projects to other team members.
How do you think he'll take it?
Probably not well. I'm carrying a pretty heavy workload right now.
That's his problem, not yours. If he was managing workload properly, losing one person wouldn't create a crisis.
True. And honestly, they probably need to hire more people anyway. I've been saying that for months.
Then maybe your leaving will force them to address the staffing issue.
Maybe. Either way, it's not my responsibility to fix their management problems.
Exactly. Your responsibility is to yourself and your future.
And to our partnership.
And to our partnership. Speaking of which, we should probably exchange contact information so we can stay in touch over the next 2 weeks.
Right. I can't believe we've been planning a business together and haven't even exchanged phone numbers.
We've been a little distracted by the bigger picture.
Just a little. Here's my number. And my email address for good measure.
Perfect. I'll send you my information as soon as we leave here.
Should we set up a meeting for later this week to start working on the details?
Absolutely. How does Thursday evening work for you?
Thursday evening is perfect. Where should we meet?
How about my office? I can show you some of the resources we'll have access to.
Your office. Right. The billionaire CEO office. That's not intimidating at all.
It's just a workspace. Nothing more intimidating than this diner, really.
Somehow I doubt that. But sure, Thursday evening at your office it is.
Great. I'll email you the address and parking information.
This is really happening, isn't it?
It really is. How does that feel?
Terrifying, exhilarating, completely surreal, all at the same time.
Sound about right for the beginning of a major life change.
Is that what this is? A major life change?
What would you call it?
The most important conversation I've ever had.
That might be the nicest compliment anyone's ever given me.
I'm serious. This morning I woke up thinking today would be just another ordinary Tuesday. Now I'm sitting here planning to start a business with someone I met 4 hours ago.
Life has a funny way of surprising you when you least expect it.
It certainly does. Although I have to say, this is by far the best surprise I've ever had.
Even better than finding money in old coat pockets?
Infinitely better. This could actually change everything.
It will change everything. The question is how much and how quickly.
I'm hoping for gradual, manageable change rather than sudden, overwhelming change.
We can control the pace to some extent, but once we start taking on clients, the business will develop momentum of its own.
That's both exciting and terrifying.
The best opportunities usually are both.
You've said that several times today. Is that your personal motto or something?
It might as well be. I've found that anything worth doing involves some level of risk and uncertainty.
Well, this definitely qualifies on both counts.
Perfect. Then we're exactly where we need to be.
I hope you're right about that.
I am. Trust me on this one.
Okay. I trust you, which is probably the craziest thing I've said all day.
Why is trusting me crazy?
Because I've known you for 4 hours and I'm about to bet my entire future on your judgment.
You're not betting your future on my judgment. You're betting it on our combined judgment and our willingness to work together.
That just sounds slightly less crazy when you put it that way.
Good, because what we're doing isn't crazy at all. It's just unconventional.
Unconventional. I like that better than crazy.
Then that's what we'll call it. Crawford Design Solutions, an unconventional partnership between two people who believe in doing great work.
Now, that sounds like something I want to be part of.
Then welcome to Crawford Design Solutions, partner.
Partner. I really like the sound of that.
So do I. I think this is going to be the beginning of something special.
I think so too. And you know what the best part is?
What's that?
We're about to find out just how special it can be.
Should we head out? I have a feeling this conversation could go on for hours if we let it.
Probably. I'm not usually this talkative, but something about this whole situation has me feeling unusually chatty.
I like chatty. It means you're comfortable enough to share what you're really thinking.
Comfortable might not be the right word. More like completely overwhelmed and processing out loud.
Whatever it is, it's working. I feel like I know you better after 4 hours than I know most people after years.
That's either a testament to my oversharing or your excellent listening skills.
Probably both. Good partnerships require both honest communication and active listening.
Then we're off to a good start.
The best possible start. Shall we?
Let me just grab the check. I insist on paying for my own breakfast, even if you're going to be funding my entire career change.
Too late. I already paid while you were in the restroom.
You sneak. That was very underhanded of you.
Consider it a celebration of our new partnership. The first of many business meals.
Business meals. Listen to us, already talking like real entrepreneurs.
We are real entrepreneurs. We just haven't made it official yet.
Thursday evening. Partnership papers. Official business partnership.
Exactly. Are you getting nervous about Thursday?
Terrified, but also excited. It's a weird combination.
Weird, but productive. Fear keeps you sharp. Excitement keeps you motivated.
You really do have an answer for everything, don't you?
Not everything, but I've learned that most business challenges have been faced before by someone else.
So, the trick is finding the right someone else to learn from?
The trick is being willing to learn from anyone who's been where you want to go.
Have you been where I want to go?
Not exactly. I inherited my business rather than building it from scratch. But I've watched plenty of entrepreneurs start with nothing but an idea and determination.
What did the successful ones have in common?
Persistence, adaptability, and the ability to build strong relationships.
Well, I'm definitely persistent. Sometimes to a fault.
Persistence to a fault is better than giving up too easily.
What about adaptability? I'm not great with change.
You're adapting to this conversation pretty well. Sometimes we're more adaptable than we think.
That's true. 6 hours ago, starting my own business seemed impossible. Now it seems inevitable.
See? Adaptable.
And the relationship building part?
You've built a relationship with me in one morning. I'd say you're doing fine on that front too.
It helps that you're easy to talk to. Not all potential clients will be.
True, but you'll learn how to connect with different personality types. It just takes practice.
Practice. Right. I suppose I'll be getting plenty of that over the next few months.
Years, actually. Building a successful business is a long-term project.
Years. That's both encouraging and overwhelming.
Think of it as job security. Once we establish ourselves, we'll have steady work for as long as we want it.
Assuming we can establish ourselves.
We will. I have complete faith in our ability to make this work.
Your confidence is inspiring. Also slightly intimidating.
Why intimidating?
Because now I feel like I have to live up to your expectations.
My only expectation is that you'll give your best effort. Everything else will follow naturally.
That's a reasonable expectation. I can definitely commit to giving my best effort.
Then we have nothing to worry about.
You make it sound so simple.
The concept is simple. The execution will be more complex, but that's what makes it interesting.
Interesting. There's that word again.
I like interesting. Boring is the enemy of innovation.
Well, we're definitely not boring. Crazy maybe, but not boring.
Crazy in the best possible way.
I hope so, because there's no backing out now.
Would you want to back out?
No, absolutely not. This feels like the right decision, even if it scares me.
Good decisions often do scare us. It means they matter.
Then this decision matters a lot, because I'm thoroughly terrified.
Perfect. Terror means you're taking it seriously.
Oh, I'm taking it very seriously. This is the most serious thing I've ever done.
More serious than choosing a college major?
Much more serious. College majors can be changed. Business partnerships affect real people's lives.
True, but they also have the potential to improve real people's lives.
Including ours.
Especially ours.
I'm really looking forward to Thursday evening.
Me too. It'll be nice to start making concrete plans instead of just talking about possibilities.
What kind of concrete plans?
Workspace setup, equipment purchases, project timelines, marketing strategy. All the practical details that turn ideas into reality.
That sounds overwhelming when you list it all out like that.
We don't have to do everything at once. We'll tackle one thing at a time.
What should we tackle first?
Probably workspace setup. It's hard to be productive without a proper place to work.
Right.
And we'll need somewhere to meet with clients that doesn't involve kitchen tables and coffee shops.
Exactly. Professional space creates professional credibility.
Should we look into renting office space, or do you think working from home is better initially?
Let's discuss that Thursday. There are pros and cons to both approaches.
Okay, I'll make a list of questions to discuss, so we stay focused.
Good idea. It's easy to get distracted when you're excited about possibilities.
Speaking from experience?
Definitely. I've had meetings that turned into 3-hour brainstorming sessions with no concrete outcomes.
That sounds fun, but not particularly productive.
Fun, but not productive describes a lot of business meetings, unfortunately.
We should make a pact to keep our meetings focused and productive.
Agreed. Time is too valuable to waste on unfocused conversations.
Says the person who just spent 4 hours in a coffee shop and diner with someone he'd never met before.
That was different. That was relationship building, which is the foundation of everything else we're going to do.
Good point. You can't have a productive partnership without first establishing trust and understanding.
Exactly. And I think we've done that pretty well today.
I think so too. I feel like I understand your approach to business and you understand my creative process.
More importantly, I think we both understand what we're hoping to achieve together.
A successful design firm that helps local businesses and nonprofits while providing us with meaningful work and financial stability.
Perfect summary. That's exactly what we're building.
It sounds so achievable when you put it in one sentence.
Most good business concepts can be summarized in one sentence. If it takes more than that, it's probably too complicated.
Is that another piece of business wisdom?
It's something my father used to say. If you can't explain your business in one breath, you don't understand your business.
Your father sounds like he was a wise man.
He was. I wish he could have met you. I think he would have approved of this partnership.
Really?
Why?
Because he believed in backing people with integrity and passion over people with credentials and connections.
That's a nice way to think about hiring and partnership decisions.
It served him well. Some of his best business relationships started with gut instinct rather than due diligence.
Is that what this is? A gut instinct decision?
Partly, but it's also based on observable evidence about your character and capabilities.
What evidence?
Your willingness to help your family even when it's financially difficult. Your passion for good design. Your honesty about your limitations. Your ability to connect with people.
Those all sound like personal qualities rather than business qualifications.
Personal qualities are business qualifications, especially in a service business like ours.
I never thought about it that way.
Most people don't. They focus on technical skills and ignore emotional intelligence.
And emotional intelligence is more important?
Not more important, but equally important. You need both to be truly successful.
Well, I definitely have the emotional intelligence part covered. The technical business skills are going to need work.
That's what partnerships are for. Complementary strengths that create something stronger than either person could achieve alone.
I like that definition of partnership.
It's the only kind of partnership worth having.
Then I'm glad we're doing this the right way.
Me too. I have a really good feeling about Crawford Design Solutions.
Crawford Design Solutions. Our baby.
Our baby that's about to take its first steps.
And hopefully not fall down too many times in the process.
A few falls are inevitable. The key is getting back up quickly.
Getting back up quickly. I can do that.
I know you can. That's why this partnership is going to work.
You really believe that, don't you?
I really do. Don't you?
I'm starting to. For the first time in my life, I feel like success is actually possible.
It is possible. It's not just possible, it's probable.
Probable success. I like the sound of that.
Then let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen. I hope you folks enjoyed everything today. You seem to be having quite the intense conversation over there.
We were planning a business venture. Your excellent service and atmosphere made it the perfect place for an important discussion.
How exciting! I love it when customers use our space for meaningful conversations. What kind of business are you planning? A design firm focused on helping local businesses and nonprofits with their marketing materials. That sounds wonderful. We actually need to update our menu design. It's been the same for about 10 years.
Perfect. Here's my card, and my partner here will be in touch once we're officially up and running.
Partner. How exciting. I'll definitely be calling you. Good luck with everything. Did you just land us our first potential client?
I think I did. See how easy networking can be when you're genuinely interested in helping people?
That was natural and authentic. Not like traditional sales approaches at all.
The best sales happen when people don't realize they're being sold to.
Because you're just having a conversation about mutual benefits.
Exactly. It's not about convincing anyone. It's about discovering whether there's a good fit.
And if there is, the business relationship develops naturally.
Now you're thinking like a successful entrepreneur.
I can't believe how much I've learned in one morning.
You haven't learned anything new. You've just discovered things you already knew but hadn't applied to business yet.
That's a nice way to put it.
It's also accurate. Most business success comes from applying common sense and basic human decency to professional relationships.
Then why do so many businesses fail?
Because they overcomplicate things or lose sight of what really matters.
Which is?
Creating value for other people and building relationships based on trust.
That does sound pretty straightforward.
The concept is straightforward. The challenge is executing consistently, especially when things get stressful.
What kind of stressful situations should we expect?
Difficult clients, tight deadlines, cash flow challenges, creative blocks. The usual small business growing pains.
That doesn't sound too scary when you list it like that.
It's not scary if you're prepared for it. Problems only become crises when they catch you off guard.
So we should plan for problems?
We should plan for the most likely problems and build systems to handle them.
What kind of systems?
Clear contracts, emergency funds, backup plans, and good communication protocols.
You really do think of everything.
I try to. It's better to be over-prepared than under-prepared.
I can see why you've been successful. You don't leave anything to chance.
I leave plenty to chance, but I try to minimize the things that could go seriously wrong.
Risk management.
Exactly. Calculate the risks, prepare for the most likely scenarios, and then move forward with confidence.
That sounds like a good approach to business and life.
It's served me well so far.
I'm definitely going to need to learn more about risk management.
We'll work on that together. It's mostly common sense combined with experience.
Common sense I can handle. Experience will have to come with time.
and we'll have plenty of time to build experience together.
Together. I still can't quite believe this is real.
It's real, and it's going to be amazing.
Amazing.
Yes, I think it really is.
Should we seal the deal with a handshake?
A handshake feels appropriately official for a partnership that started in a coffee shop.
To Crawford Design Solutions, and the beginning of something special.
To taking chances on people you meet in coffee shops.
And to proving that the best business decisions sometimes come from the heart rather than the head.
Here's to our beautifully impractical, wildly optimistic, completely crazy business partnership.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Then I guess it's official. We're really doing this.
We're really doing this.
I should probably call my brother and tell him the crazy thing that happened to me today.
What are you going to tell him?
That I met a mysterious stranger in a coffee shop who turned out to be a billionaire CEO, and now we're starting a business together.
He's going to think you've lost your mind.
He's going to think I've completely snapped under the pressure of adult responsibility.
Will he be supportive once you explain the details?
Eventually. But first he's going to interrogate you like you're trying to date his sister.
I can handle protective brothers. I had to deal with plenty of them when I was younger.
When you were younger, are you saying you don't date anymore?
I'm saying it's been a while since I've met someone interesting enough to date.
Too busy being a successful businessman to have a personal life?
Something like that. It's hard to know if people are interested in you or just interested in what you can do for them.
That must be lonely.
It is, which is part of why this partnership means so much to me.
Because I liked you before I knew you were rich?
Because you treated me like a regular person even after you found out I was rich.
You are a regular person. You just happen to have an irregular bank account.
Most people don't see it that way.
Most people are idiots.
Harsh, but probably accurate.
I don't mean to be harsh. I just think money reveals character rather than changing it.
How so?
If someone is kind and generous, money gives them more opportunities to be kind and generous. If someone is selfish and mean, money just makes them more effectively selfish and mean.
That's a very wise observation.
Thank you.
I occasionally have moments of clarity between my usual confusion and panic.
I haven't seen any confusion or panic today. Just thoughtful conversation and sound judgment.
You haven't seen me try to make important decisions under stress yet.
How bad could it be?
Let's just say I once spent 3 hours in a grocery store trying to decide between 2 brands of pasta.
3 hours? For pasta?
I kept thinking there had to be some important difference I was missing, like maybe one brand would fundamentally change my life somehow.
Did it?
Did what?
Did the pasta you finally chose change your life?
Not even a little bit.
It was just pasta.
So you learned that sometimes decisions don't matter as much as we think they do.
I learned that I have a tendency to overthink simple choices.
What about complex choices? Like starting a business with someone you just met?
Strangely, this decision feels much clearer than the pasta situation.
Why do you think that is?
Because this decision is based on something real, a connection between 2 people who want to build something meaningful together.
Whereas the pasta decision was based on what?
Fear of making the wrong choice and somehow ruining my entire dinner.
So you're more confident about life-changing decisions than about pasta preferences?
Apparently, which probably says something disturbing about my psychology.
It says that you trust your instincts about people more than you trust your instincts about consumer products.
That's a much nicer way to interpret my neuroses.
I prefer to interpret things in the most positive way possible. Life is too short for unnecessary negativity.
Is that your secret to success? Relentless optimism?
Relentless optimism combined with practical planning and hard work.
That's a good combination. I could probably use more of the practical planning part.
That's what partners are for, covering each other's blind spots.
What are you going to do when I inevitably have a complete meltdown about something trivial?
Remind you that most problems seem smaller when you tackle them with someone else.
And what am I going to do when you get too focused on spreadsheets and lose sight of the creative vision?
Remind me why we're doing this in the first place.
To create beautiful work that helps good people achieve their goals.
Exactly. That's our true north.
True north. I like that.
Every successful business needs a clear sense of direction.
And ours is helping people tell their stories through better design.
That's a beautiful mission statement.
Is that what it is? A mission statement?
It's the beginning of one. We can refine it as we go.
How do you refine a mission statement?
By testing it against real decisions. If a potential project doesn't align with our mission, we don't take it.
Even if it pays well?
Especially if it pays well. Easy money usually comes with hidden costs.
Such as?
Compromising your values, working with difficult people, or taking on projects that don't utilize your strengths.
So, we should be selective about our clients from the beginning?
Absolutely. It's better to have fewer clients who value what we do than lots of clients who just want cheap design work.
That makes sense. Quality over quantity.
In clients, projects, and results.
This conversation has been like a crash course in business philosophy.
Good business philosophy isn't complicated. It's mostly about making decisions that align with your values.
And our values are?
Quality work, fair treatment, honest communication, and positive impact.
Those sound like good values for any business.
They are. The challenge is living up to them when you're under pressure.
What kind of pressure?
Tight deadlines, difficult clients, financial stress, creative blocks. All the normal challenges of running a small business.
How do we prepare for those challenges?
By building good systems and maintaining open communication with each other.
What kind of systems?
Project management processes, financial controls, quality standards, and regular check-ins.
That sounds very organized and professional.
Organization and professionalism are what separates successful businesses from hobby projects.
Is that what I've been doing? Treating my design work like a hobby?
Not treating it like a hobby, but maybe not treating it like a business either.
What's the difference?
Businesses have clear goals, defined processes, and accountability measures. Hobbies are more about personal enjoyment.
And somewhere in between is freelance work that pays bills but doesn't build toward anything bigger.
Exactly, which is where you've been stuck.
Until now.
Until now, this partnership changes everything.
It really does. I feel like I'm finally moving toward something instead of just treading water.
That's exactly what good partnerships do. They create momentum and direction.
Momentum and direction. Two things I've been lacking for years.
Well, you have them now. The question is what you're going to do with them.
Build something amazing with you.
That's the plan.
I can't wait to get started.
Thursday evening. Official planning session.
Thursday evening. The next chapter of my life begins.
Our lives.
Our lives. This is going to be incredible.
It's going to be a lot of work.
The best things usually are.
True, but work feels different when you're passionate about the outcome.
And when you have someone to share the load.
Exactly. Partnership makes everything more manageable.
Even the scary parts?
Especially the scary parts.
Good. Because I have a feeling there are going to be plenty of scary parts.
There will be, but there will also be amazing parts.
The amazing parts will make the scary parts worth it.
They always do.
Always? You sound like you speak from experience.
I do. Every worthwhile thing I've ever done has involved some level of fear and uncertainty.
Including taking over your father's company?
Especially taking over my father's company. I was terrified of failing and disappointing everyone who believed in me.
But you didn't fail.
Not yet, but the fear of failure never completely goes away.
Is that what keeps you motivated?
Partly, but mostly I'm motivated by the opportunity to do meaningful work with good people.
Like this partnership.
Like this partnership.
I'm really glad we found each other.
Me too, although technically you found me. I was just standing there looking confused about coffee orders.
And I was just being my usual sarcastic self. Who could have predicted it would lead to this?
Nobody, which is what makes it special.
Special and completely unexpected.
The best things usually are.
You know, when I woke up this morning, I thought today was going to be just another disappointing Tuesday.
And instead?
Instead, it turned out to be the most important day of my life.
That makes two of us.
Really? The most important day of your life?
The day I met my business partner and remembered why I love what I do. Yes, I'd say that qualifies.
Then here's to important days and unexpected partnerships.
And to taking chances on people who order complicated coffee drinks.
It wasn't that complicated. Just vanilla latte without milk and no foam.
Famous last words of every great love story.
Love story? Is that what this is?
It's definitely a story about finding something you didn't know you were looking for.
I like that definition better than business partnership.
Why not both?
Both sounds perfect.
Then both it is.
Crawford Design Solutions, where business partnerships and great friendships are born over coffee and terrible jokes.
That might be the best tagline yet.
See? I told you I had unexpected skills.
You certainly do, and I can't wait to see what other surprises you have in store.
Stick around. I have a feeling this is going to be quite an adventure.
The best kind of adventure. One with a great partner and unlimited possibilities.
To unlimited possibilities.
To unlimited possibilities.